This video tutorial is about unidentified driving records, UDRs, also known as non-authenticated driver logs. FMCSA most often refers to them in their abbreviated form. What are UDRs? A UDR segment is created whenever the vehicle is in motion if no driver has logged into and connected to the ELD. The ELD should associate all driving records with a single driver account at the time of creation. If these records are not associated with a driver when they are created, then they become a UDR. UDRs are extremely important to understand. On a roadside inspection or any audit upload to the FMCSA, all UDR segments from the same time period of the audit timeframe that have not been accepted in the entire carrier fleet of drivers will be uploaded to the FMCSA officer during any audit. That is each and every single record from each driver in the entire fleet. It gives the auditor an overall glimpse of all records being accounted for by the carrier. There are two types of UDRs. One, a non-driving segment. Here's an example. This is when the vehicle's engine is on and running without a driver being connected to the ELD. Accepting this segment will not change your status, but it is required if you are behind the wheel. And two, the other type of UDR is a driving segment. Here's an example. This occurs when the vehicle was in motion with velocity 5 miles per hour or greater without a driver being connected to the ELD. This type of record can affect your hours of service. Ultimately, a driver should review each UDR segment and accept all UDRs, both non-driving and driving segments that belong to the driver. If the driver isn't current on UDRs and starts driving, you could at least have inaccurate logs and possibly be in violation and can be sat or fined or both because your logs are not correct. UDRs will be presented to you in a few different ways to allow you to determine where to assign them. When you connect to the ELD, it can be presented, or when you finish driving and change your status out of driving, it can be presented to you there before you do anything else. Once the UDR notification appears on your screen, you will have to choose to either assign them to the driver or send them to the carrier in order to proceed further in the My20 app. An example of it will look like this. Once you hit OK, it will look like this. All UDR segments first appear as selected with an orange circle to the right. It will ask you to accept the driving or non-driving record as the driver, which ultimately is saying it is your record that you're accepting and it will be added to your logs. If everything is yours like this, you don't have to touch anything on the screen as select all is the default already, or you can deselect a record individually if any of them aren't your records. Then you go to the bottom where it says assign to, and to the right, touch driver. All records that have been selected with the orange circle will be sent to the driver, and any specific record that is deselected with the white circle will go to the carrier. The only time you will select carrier will be when all of the UDR segments don't belong to the driver and have been selected. The easiest way to remember it is to deselect all of the records that you want to go to the carrier, and it will show them with a white circle. Leave the rest to go to the driver, and it will show them with an orange circle, and select driver. The entire listing of UDRs will disappear. Orange circled segments will go to the driver, and white circled segments will go to the carrier. If you are the only person that drives your truck, you will need to accept the records as yours. If a mechanic or someone else drove your truck, that is when you would send it to the carrier. It will affect your hours of service if you accept someone else's UDR driving records. You can also manually check to see if you have any UDRs, or if you already know you have some UDRs and you want to assign them, just touch the drop-down menu on the top left corner of the My20 app. It will look like this. Then touch the option on the left side of the menu that says Unidentified Records. You will see either UDR records that look like this if you have any records, or you will get a message that looks like this saying there are no pending records. Once you're connected to the ELD, all UDR records will need to be downloaded. How long it will take will be relative to how many records you have that need to be downloaded from the truck. It could be seconds if you have a few, or if you have thousands of records, it will take longer. It's also important to remember to have the engine turned off when you're downloading records from the truck. Otherwise, there's another non-driving record created when the engine is on, further adding to the record backlog. Another way that you might see UDR records is if they have been assigned by the carrier and it shows assigned by carrier on the record segment. Here's an example. This simply means that someone, you or another driver, has previously said these records weren't theirs and they sent them back to the carrier. The carrier has now reassigned them to you based on their research. Simply accept them just like we showed before if they are yours. If they are not yours, please get with the carrier because they think they are your records and assign them to you for a reason. Everything else is the same as before when you assign and accept these records as the driver. Hopefully this video helps you understand why there are UDRs and now you know how to deal with them. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to our My20 support team at 865-888-6920 extension 2 or email us at support@connectseal.com. Take care and drive safe.